Welcome to 2K Sports live Saturday night coverage of the NBA. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson, with David Aldridge roaming the sideline. We've got the visiting team facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot off that time. Outside Fournier. Here's the screen. It's Fournier on the wing. Pass to Papanikolaou. From the wing. Rebound by Shingelia. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I was able to catch up with the head coach of the home team. I asked him how you deal with James Harden tonight, and Coach said his focus is not letting Harden get the matchups he wants, not allowing him to get ISOs. Coach said he has to work for it tonight, so they will try to throw some resistance his way, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Now, here's Bellinelli, following the miss by Evan Fournier. Bellinelli against Fournier. From 18 feet away, connects, the jumper drops.
Oh, about time. Starting to wonder a bit if they were ever gonna knock a shot down.
Here's Papanikolaou. Puts up a 3. It's Fournier on the wing. Cans the shot from the wing.
Drew the defense and made the proper read, hitting his teammates on the perimeter.
Hackett, the pass to Shingelia. Three-pointer on the way. Fall with the rebound. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Pass to Papanikolaou. Six to shoot. Goes up on the wing, and the shot is good. They set the pick. And here is Bellinelli. Can't cash in from a high post.
Oh, man, that's tough. That's definitely one he'd like back. Almost too wide open.
To the middle. Pass to Fall. Here's Vezenkov. The tray. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Now here's Bellinelli. He's guarded closely to the right side. Hackett. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Pass to Vezenkov. Lets it go with the 3. Rebound by Shingelia. Fournier against Bellinelli. Here he goes. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's Vezenkov. No scoring in this one. Bellinelli is covering. Pass to Fall. 4 on the clock. And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1.
And, Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Here's Papanikolaou. There's the pick. The layup off target.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
Inside. Lays it up and takes it in.
These are exactly the kind of shots they want to generate each and every time down the floor.
Pass to Fall. Fournier with the ball. Bellinelli is covering. Fournier against Bellinelli. Fournier with the ball. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. They lead by a bucket, and the second quarter will get underway. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
It's been a group effort, and that's what it takes to play the kind of defense that they've played. Great showing from them.
We've got Courtney, and it's Tucker in at the 2. With the drive, count it. Tucker's got his first 2 points.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
And it's Zizic with the rebound.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Pass to Kaycott. Back to Tucker. No good on that one. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. There's a good screen. To the inside. Boom, he jams it straight down. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Driving in, Morgan. The shot's good.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
Evans attacking. Pass to Dorsey. Here's Peters. Tries yet again. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1.
See, that miss right there. It's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
Here's Courtney. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Pass to Dorsey. Here's Peters. Still without a basket. With the shot. And it's Zizic with the rebound. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Here's Kaycott for 3. Courtney can't get it to go. Evans outside. Driving inside. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
So it's the visitors now. Here's Courtney. Fires from way outside. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're hitting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
The shot by Evans. Nobody around. No good on the triple. 1:37 left here in the second. Here's Morgan. It's hauled in by Dorsey. Guarded by Tucker. Banked in off the glass.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
.110 left in the first half of the game. Here's Courtney. 6 on the shot clock. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Right wing. Down low. Here's the break. Here's Zizic. No good with the triple. They've been hanging in there.
And a chance here to jump on top.
26 seconds left to play in the first half. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
Here's Morgan, covered by Evans. There's the steal. Drops in the layup for 2. Evans has got 5 now.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Up 3. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And that is it for halftime, folks.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Here's Papanikolaou. They've got Fall, and it's Fournier in at the shooting guard position. Here's Papanikolaou. Fournier dishes to Papanikolaou. Clock at 6. Jacks up a 3. Can't hit that one. Papanikolaou's gone only 1 of 5 shooting from the floor. Knocked loose. Here's Hackett. Cranes the 3-pointer. He's got 5.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
That one is off.
At the line for 2.
And he sinks the second. Pass to Fall. Here's Papanikolaou. 5 on the clock. There's the pick. There's the drive. Can't connect from short range.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Here's Sangelia. Nothing on the board. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam. Neither side has relented a bit in this back-and-forth affair.
And you can sense the energy in the building already as this game is starting to build towards having a terrific finish. Fournier
against Bellinelli. From deep three-point land. And Evan Fournier good for 3. Fournier's got 5.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And that one drops for him.
Something lit a fire under them at the half. They started this quarter going 3 for 3 from the floor.
Takes it inside.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
Pass to Bellinelli.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Here's Sangelia. Fires it up. Rebounded by Papanikolaou. 1:51 left to play in the third. Now here's Fournier. To the paint, picked off in midair. Here's Sangelia. Scoreless thus far.
Home team foul. Papanikolaou. First personal foul. Second team foul.
So it's the visitors now. A 2-point game. Driving the lane. And Bellinelli kicks to Sangelia. Offline with his three. Now here's Fournier. He's guarded closer. 58 seconds left in the third. Pass to Vezenkov. Shot clock at 6. Here's Papanikolaou. Misses the deep three-point attempt.
His consistency just hasn't been there this quarter in terms of his shooting.
Now here's Bellinelli. Defense is right there. This one for three. Rebounded by Papanikolaou. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Pass to Vezenkov. Outside Fournier. The three. The shot missing. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. They're up by 2. We'll get right back to the action. We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Here's Courtney.
Yeah, easy call.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Makes it, and the next one could tie it up.
Taking 2 shots.
And it's tied up with that one.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
We've got Courtney, and it's Tucker in at the 2.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And Tucker slams it in.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Here's Dorsey, guarded by Tucker. Dorsey passes to Peters. Lets it go from the wing. It goes straight through with the switch. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Here's Morgan, covered by Evans. Peters grabs the miss. Morgan's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Here's Dorsey. Lays it up off the glass.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
No good from Courtney. Courtney's gone just 2 of 6 shooting, 33%. And Dorsey kicks to Evans. They set the pick. To the middle, here's Peters, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Here's Morgan, covered by Evans. And he drives in, pass to Zizic. Oh, that's blocked. And that one ends up out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Well, Greg, I'm sure their coach is very pleased with their offensive flow right now.
I mean, it's harder than it looks to get it going like this. Now they just have to maintain it.
Evans passes to Peters. Count that one. Peters has got 4 points in the quarter.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Going inside. Courtney can't get it to go. Courtney's gone 2 for 7 from the field. Here's Peters. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
First personal foul, first team foul. At the line for your home team.
First one falls for him.
2 shots.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. It's stolen. Evans, right side.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Off target at the rim. Zizic kicks it to Tucker. To end the cold streak. Morgan the pass to Kaycock. Here's Morgan. Just 5 to shoot. Here's the screen. And the 3 off target. Morgan's gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. Here's Dorsey. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
And the basket is good. A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter. Out to the right wing. Pass to Evans. 5 to shoot. Takes the 3. And it's Zizic with the rebound.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Kaycock. 3-pointers off the mark.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Here's Dorsey, guarded by Tucker. Here's Milutinov, and it's Zizic with the rebound.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Yeah, they got to be disappointed with this result.
Here's Courtney. So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. Some good competition with the hometown advantage and their ability to stay.
Greetings and thanks for ending your Monday on 2K Sports with some NBA hoops. Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. We'll hear from reporter Allie LaForce in a moment. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Nico Melli is out there with Hayes, and it's Baldwin in at the 1.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Here's Papanikolaou, 6 to shoot. Three-pointer. The shot by Vezenkov, no good. Here's Baldwin, and he converts the layup.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Papanikolaou. There's a screen. And he dunks it down.
Throws it down emphatically.
He's got serious hop, right? You add that to his ability to penetrate, that's 2 easy points.
A lot of bounceability there, guys. I mean, well above the rim. That's what makes him dangerous.
Here's Papanikolaou, and there it is for him.
Reliable approach. Getting the ball in the paint and going to work.
Here's Baldwin. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone by. Barovic counted from distance.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Lays it up and banks it in.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
About 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Baldwin, perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
And 3 for 4 to start, showing some rhythm.
Here's Papanikolaou, and the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Here's Baldwin. Counted. All 3 of his attempts have gone in.
Boy, they're on fire right now, cooking with gas, starting this one out 4-5.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far.
Away team foul. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Now here's Fournier. The D's right on him. Count it.
Boy, you've got to corral Fournier on these pick and rolls. I mean, he just knows how to pick the defense apart if you don't.
Here's Baldwin. Oh, and he brings it down with a 2-handed jam.
With 2 hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way.
And he should be. I mean, remove all doubt. Get it down hard and simple.
Here's Papanikolaou. Pass to Fournier. Here's the pick. Clock at 6. It's deflected, and that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. A minute 31 left in the first, and they forced the shot clock violation. Great D. Here's Baldwin. Give him 8. Pass to Melli. Fires it. Barovic can't get it to go.
Coaches loathe empty possessions. You got to be able to hit the easy ones.
And down it goes. 2 points.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Here's Melli. And he was fouled while in the act. And in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it, and he wants him to take another look at the monitor.
Nicolo Melli at the line for 2.
And even with the coach's challenge,
there will be 2 minutes to review the play.
even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
No good on the free throw. And no good on the second free throw. So 0 for 2 there. They haven't held the lead for a while.
And B.A., that's why this possession is so big for them. It could be the turning point in the game.
And there's a pick. Releases. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
He's guarded by Birch. 26 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Fournier. Top of the key jumper, no good. Fournier's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Here's Goodrich. Got a piece of it. Outside Fournier. Misses the deep three-point attempt. One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. Up 1, and back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
Well, their offense is clicking so far, capturing the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
Five to shoot. The three-pointer off the mark. There's the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed pass.
Oh, that's impactful defense right there. Finding a steal and instantly turning it into offense.
Here's Peters. They set a pick. The three is up. First shot won't go. Second quarter of basketball, about a minute played so far. That one falls.
And the defense, no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
He's guarded by Birch. Here's Dorsey. Sinks the tray.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Pass to Goodrich. From the arc. Gets the three ball to go.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Here's Evans. Still without a bucket. Just 5 to shoot. Shoot from the elbow. And it comes off the front of the rim. Pass to Goodrich. Misses the jumper, and they get nothing on the break. Down low. And And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. On the take. Tipped away. To the inside. Deflected. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Out to the right wing. Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. Into the lane. Here's Evans. Here's Peters. Puts up a deep 3. Nope, another miss. 0 for 2 to start the game. To the middle. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots and just wasn't able to set up in time.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect.
And coach doesn't like the call at all. He's opting to use his challenge. He wants the officials to look at the replay.
The people will review. The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
Close calls in every game. The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Here's Dorsey. He's guarded by Birch. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack.
No question about it. He's very comfortable in the air. Dunks like that, no problem for him.
1:04 left to play in the half. Here's Evans. No points yet. Here's Peters. Guterich with the rebound.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
He launched that one from way outside. He's got 5.
And so far, there's been tremendous cohesion offensively this quarter.
And you know what? The frustration for the defense is mounting because it seems like they can't miss out there.
To the paint. Oh, they pick off the pass. And they're running. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let them get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
77. First personal foul. First team foul.
And so that's the end of the first half. They're up by 8. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Before we get into that, I want to know, back when you guys played, what was your favorite city to play in?
Well, Shaq played for every team in the league, so.
And looking back on the first half of our game, it hasn't gone according to plan for the home team. And that's it for halftime.
And if you're just joining in, one half is in the books. One half to go. Here's Baberovic. Fournier covering.
Home team foul. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Baldwin. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
They've got Hayes. He's out there with Nico Melli. And it's Baberovic in at the 2. Here's Papanikolaou. He's defended by Hayes. He goes up, trips down the breakaway slam.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Here's Vezinkov. Still no points. Shot clock at 5. There's a screen. The 3 is up. It's Hayes with the rebound.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Buries it down low.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
Pass to Baldwin. Puts up a deep 3. No luck on that one.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Here's Fournier. And he makes it on the layup.
And hey, Fournier is not just an outside shooter. I mean, he can also get busy near the basket thanks to that quick release.
Here's Melli. The layup misses. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. And there's the screen. Melli with a rebound.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Baldwin, the pass to Melli. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
And that one's good. Vezinkov's got his first points of the night.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Pass to Melli. To the wing, right side. Here's Baberovic. Soft touch off the glass. Baberovic has gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Pass to Fournier. Launches it. It's Hayes with the rebound. Fournier's gone just 2 of 6 shooting. 33%. Baberovic. No good from outside. Baberovic has gone just 1 for 4 from deep. Outside Fournier. The ball's knocked loose. Now Hayes. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Hayes has got his 2nd basket.
Their offense is really humming right now, and it's because of the beautiful ball distribution.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch. Yeah, you know, guys, this has been far from his best game. A disappointing outing for both him and the team.
No need to rush that play. That's called giving away a possession.
There's 45 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. Pass to Vizenkov. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
Well, guys, if you want to know why the score is what it is, look at their turnovers this quarter.
That's been the culprit, the turnovers. I mean, TOs, those kinds of mistakes have really kind of drained their confidence to this point.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. The home team on D. They trail by 14. Pass to Baberovic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Now Hayes. From outside the arc. Connects from downtown. Hayes has got 7.
The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
Here's Evans. No good. Misses at the buzzer. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Here's Goodrich. Can't hit from in close.
Trying to close out. You got to know who's hot and who's not.
Pass to Evans. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
It in with a nice touch off the window.
You just can't give up looks that close to the rim.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute played. Here he goes, throws it down despite a man right in his face. Opportunity here to make it a 3-point play.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. On Thursday, and then on Thursday. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth. Here's Dorsey, 6 on the shot clock. Blocked! And they'll get another chance. From behind the arc.
Out of bounds. Away team ball.
This is why you want ball movement and player movement.
And that's made it hard for the defense to key in on any one individual.
Inside. Here's Peters. There's a screen. From deep three-point land. Goes back up. And it's good on the layup.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out. Ugh.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Goodrich.
Yeah, I tell you what, for him, this has been a game to forget. But somehow they still find themselves with the lead.
Over to the wing. Here's Evans. And it's off from three-point range.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
To the inside. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Oh, what tremendous focus to absorb the contact and find a way there to finish.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, getting everything he possibly could out of that play.
Boy, his offense just hasn't been there. Evans has gotten only 2 of his 8 attempts from the floor. Doesn't fall. Now 4 for 6. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth now.
Minutes remaining to begin. 2 minutes.
They set the pick. Lets it go from deep. He can't hit that time.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
Chalk up 2 there.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Tries to break his ice.
Man, good whistle there.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Team foul. At the line.
And he makes a first.
Evans taking 2 shots.
So he gets them both. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Well, Clark, we're used to seeing a coaching carousel, but in recent years, even winning teams have changed coaches.
Well, you know, that is true, and at least the profession is getting a pay raise overall. But for teams looking to break through, B.A., changing the coach still seems to be the default button that most teams like and are more comfortable pushing.
This one for 3. No good. 51 seconds left to play in the fourth. Pass to Birch. And it's Dorsey with the rebound. Here's Evans. The 3-ball. Pure from 3-point range. We've got 33 seconds left in the game. A quick shot there. It's off target. Here's Peters. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
And that's how you defend. He wasn't showing any mercy with that swat.
You know, you can't ask for any better defense than that. He responded so fast to the shooter, and it stifled him.
Here's Goodrich. On target from range. The visiting club takes the win on the road. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a game in someone else's building.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it.
It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On the sidelines, it's David Aldridge. It'll be the visiting team and the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Baldwin, and it's Melly in at the power forward. Back to Hayes. Pass to Melly. Here's Biberovic. Shot clock at 5. From downtown. And it's Zizic with the rebound. Bellinelli passes to Shingeli. And not going to go. He misses the first attempt on the night. Here's the break. Shonla. And it's denied.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
Offensive rebound. Clyburn. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Plays like that make a coach's life easy. Love the work rate he shows on the glass to get the score.
Poked away. Baldwin kicks to Hayes. Off with the layup. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. And he gets the bucket. Here's Baldwin. Pass to Biberovic. Here's Melly. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
First personal foul, first team foul. At the line for 2, Hackett.
And he knocks down the first one. Good on both. Here's Baldwin. Now Hayes. Pass to Baldwin.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
First team foul.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. There's a screen. Clyburn. And a missed layup. Here's Biberovic. Here's Melly. Goes back up. Pass to Biberovic. Here's Baldwin. The three-pointer, no good.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving it.
The shot's good from Zizic.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far. Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. There's a minute 40 left in the first quarter of the game. Hackett, the pass to Bellinelli. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Well, that's an unforced error. If you want to drive your coach crazy, that's the way to do it.
Here's Baldwin. Hasn't made one yet.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Here's Hackett. It's good from the top of the key. 6 points for him. 1:07 left here in the first quarter. Here's Melly. That three off the mark.
Well, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
Clyburn. Shengelia the pass to Zizic. Hackett covered by Hayes. Clock at 6. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
At the line for the away team.
And the first one at the line is good. He doesn't get the second one.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
Hackett, the pass to Bellinelli. Makes it off the glass.
Well, anytime you can get a good look close in like that, it's always your best option.
Here's Baldwin. They set the pick. Pass to Biberovic. And it's Zizic with the rebound.
And I'm sure next time he sits down,
Coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't the shot they were looking for. You got to keep the ball moving in that situation.
And that concludes. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard, and they are physical.
We've got Courtney, and it's Morgan in at the point.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
They've got the prodigy, and it's Gutterich in at the shooting guard. Courtney, the pass to Tucker. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
He takes it in. Pass to Courtney. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And the free throw, no good.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Now, here's Birch. Not a lot of room. Colson passes to the prodigy. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It's his first trip to the line. And that one misses.
Taking 2 shots.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Into the lane. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Here's Gutterich. Still scoreless.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
Just 5 on the clock. There's the three. And he's good on the three ball. He has 7.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Fires the three. One of the standout performers recently. We have a chance now to recognize the Eastern Conference Player of the Week.
He's really been on his A game lately. You know, the way their offense is set up, it really relies on his ability. He sets the tone each time down the floor, and he's been a lot of fun to watch.
Out to the wing. Pass to Colson. Lets it fly. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
Assistant will begin.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the...
And it's a great finish! Oh, my.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Here's Morgan. It's rebounded by Gutterich. Here's the prodigy.
Well, he's going to have to watch himself now. It's a little early for that second foul.
Team foul.
We've got 1:55 left in the first half of basketball. The rebound by Morgan. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Away team foul.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
Foul. Second team foul.
First free throw is good.
2 shots.
He hits both from the stripe.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Colson passes to Birch. Launches it. Not happening that time. His second miss in 5 shots. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Courtney. Here's Kaycock. And the layup's good off the glass. Kaycock's got his first basket.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
Here's Courtney. Pass to Morgan. A 3 ball. Nope, not that time. Nothing for 2 from the field. Here's Gutteridge. Out left to the wing. To the wing on the left. Inside. To the left side wing. 6 to shoot. Here's Colson. Out to the right wing. Here's Courtney. Drives to the hoop. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Stolen away. Here's Tucker. Oh, my goodness, with no time left on the clock.
Without a moment to spare, he cuts this one out.
What poise, what focus. That's an impressive shot.
That'll do it for the first half. Leading by 9. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
With All-Star Weekend around the corner, let's see who's looking. Before we get into that, I want to know, back when you guys played, what was your favorite city to play in?
Well, Shaq played.
And turning our attention to the first half of our game tonight, bit of a rocky start for the visiting team. Thanks for joining us.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. We've got Zizic, and it's Hackett in at the point guard. Here's Baldwin. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
We've got Baldwin, and it's Hayes in at the small forward position. Hackett, whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Baldwin. Pass to Biberovic. Here's Baldwin. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
Here's Hackett. Sinks that one from the post. He's got 11.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. And here's Hayes. Tipped away. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Melly. Fires from deep. And it's Zizic with the rebound.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
90 seconds now into the second half. Hackett covered by Hayes. Hayes with the steal. Here's Biberovic. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. On the wing, Bellinelli uses the glass to finish the layup.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Will it go? Over to the left wing. And it's Melly missing.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
It's rebounded by Hayes.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best night from the field, but his teammates have had his back.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. They set the screen too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. Well, Stan, the NBA awards impact so much on these players and what they think they can acquire and achieve. How do you feel about the structure of award voting?
Well, right now, Kevin, there's about 100 panelists that each get a vote, and that seems like as good approach as any. Certainly, I need to be up.
And here we go, Coach's Challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
At the line for two.
And this is the time now where the
review under NBA rules. 2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
First free throw is good. And so he makes both from the line. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. And the call will go against the Prodigy. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
And so here's the home team. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Hackett, the pass to Zizic.
Home team foul. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
And big defensive plays like that will help them stay in control of this one.
And they've got time, Greg, to chip away at this lead.
Yeah, still lots of time, but they have to play smart if they want to erase this deficit.
Here's Biberovic. Bellinelli is covering. Colson passes to the Prodigy. Off target from outside. Pass to Singelia. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And he makes the first.
Taking 2 shots.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And there's the drive.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Swiped it away. And they're running. Here's Colson. He doesn't hit that one. Zizic. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
When you're trying to claw your way back into a game, you cannot allow second chance opportunities.
Well, look, their lack of effort is exactly why they're behind. Just look at how they're getting bullied on the glass right now.
Away team foul. Beach. First personal foul. Fourth team foul.
Driving to the basket. Clyburn. Good on the three-point shot. 7 points in the game.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Zizic kicks to Sangelli. No good on the three. Puts up a deep three. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammates. That is pretty.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Zizic, and it's Sangelli in at the 4 spot. 5 on the clock. Here's the prodigy. Can't get it to fall. Shoots it up. And he gets it back. On the wing, Bellinelli. To the left wing. Fires for 3. Traps in the tray.
He is cold-blooded. Drops the dagger. Piles on to what was already a big lead.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
Both teams will make substitutions. And we've played through about a minute here in the 4th. Here's Baldwin. To the left side wing. Shoots from 14. The rebound by Morgan.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
That one goes in.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Here's the screen, and he drives in. Has to coordinate. The 3, and the 3 ball is good.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
And he takes that one up and powers it through. Here's Baldwin. That's tipped. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. And Tucker slams it in.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
Baldwin can't get it to go. Baldwin's gone 2 of 7 from the floor here. Morgan the pass to Corden. And down it it goes, jamming that one home.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now. The coach loves seeing chances from that range. Work that inside area.
We've got 1:55 left here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Courtney. And Tucker has it in the corner. Off target with his three.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Here's Courtney. And there's the defensive 3-second call. In recent history, GA, we've seen some so-called redshirt rookies really thrive in their first season.
Oh, great call, partner. Blake Griffin, Joel Embiid, Chet Holmgren, the latest, were all forced to sit out their first year, but they got to be around the team, soak up as much knowledge as possible, and you can't really argue with the results.
Morgan can't hit it. Here's Melly, guarded by Tucker. A nice shot by Melly.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
1:10 left in the fourth. Here's Morgan. Count the basket.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Melly. Hayes the pass to Melly. Kaycock pulls it in. Here's Courtney, covered by Hayes. Three-pointer. Courtney, that's good.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
Well, he wanted to return the favor there for that last three, but it just wasn't in the cards.
Here's Morgan. Pass to Courtney. Here's Morgan. Here's Courtney, covered by Hayes. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
Personal foul, first team foul. At the line for your home team.
And he hits the first of 3.
3 shots.
And he can't hit the second. So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. They poured it out tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every...
Welcome to the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. What a beautiful Tuesday evening it is, folks. With Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, this is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. To the middle. 5 on the clock. And he banks in the layup.
High percentage look right off the bat.
Here's Papanikolaou. From deep three-point range. That shot off. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. I caught up with the home team's head coach. Yeah, guys, Coach mentioned how Domantas Sabonis can be a game wrecker in the paint. Coach told me we need to get big bodies on Sabonis and force him outside, make him move around. We need to knock him off the blocks if we can. So it sounds like the defensive game plan may revolve around Sabonis, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Shot clock at 6. Can't connect from short range. Here's Papanikolaou. Here's Vezinkov. They set the screen. Fires the 3. Zizic with the rebound.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Down low. Driving in. Yep, that one's good.
That's terrific work getting to the bucket. You know, although the D made it pretty easy by backing off once he got there, he still had to finish it.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Fall. Zizic with the rebound. The layup off target.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Here's Papanikolaou. The 11-footer. Zizic with the rebound.
I don't know if you can credit the defense for that. It was just a missed opportunity.
Gets the 3 to fall. He's got 5.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Here's Vezinkov. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. 1:49 left to play in the first. Fires it from 18. Tries again. Drains it. Now he's 3 for 5.
And credit his teammates for feeding him all quarter.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Fournier for 3. They get the rebound. And we've got 1:18 left in the first quarter. Ooh, stolen by Fournier. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And he hammers it home to polish off the break.
Good ball pressure and fast plays like that will tighten this up quick.
Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
Team foul. At the line for 2, Hackett.
First one falls for him. And he makes both free throws.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work, and it pays dividends.
Outside Fournier. They set the pick. To the paint. Ball no good. Here's Bellinelli. No points so far. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. To the middle. Here's Fall. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
20 seconds left in the opening quarter. Here's Bellinelli. Fournier covering. And the layup is good off the glass.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
It'll count. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Up 7. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, they came out with a physical presence and made rebounding a priority.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
Now here's Tucker. Defense is right there. And he buries his first look.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Here's Evans. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Quarter number 2 and about a minute in. 2 points. That one goes. Morgan's got his first 2 points.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
Lets the 3 fly. The shot by Evans, no good. Here's Dorsey. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Just 5 on the clock. Down low. It's stolen. The quick look, no good that time. Fast break, here we go. Here's Peters. Drives to the hoop. Inside. From inside. Pass to Dorsey. To the inside. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
Here's Morgan. Oh, swiped away. And he's all alone. Finished off the break.
It was a rough start for them scoring the ball, but they look like now they're really finding their rhythm and flow.
Off target at the rim. Here's Dorsey. Checked by Tucker. And Dorsey gets it to go. Dorsey's got his first 2 points of the night.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
And about 3 minutes played now in the second quarter. Kaycock misses.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Inside. Here's Peters. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. To the middle. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
What an effective, efficient offensive possession. They'd love to get that shot every trip down the floor.
Let's go with a 3. It's hauled in by Kaycock.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
And slam dunk by Tucker.
B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good. Here's Evans. He's got 5. To the paint. Missed inside.
Boy, that's too easy to miss, but somehow he finds a way to do it.
Here's Kaycock. Misses in close. Here's Evans. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Evans has got 7 points.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Here's Morgan. Uses the glass on the layup. Morgan's gone 2 for 3 from the field. Here's Peters. Off target from outside. Peters has gone 1 for 3 on the night. Over to the left wing. Pass to Kaycock. To the left side wing. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clock. And it's going to be a 3-second call. 19 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Here's Evans. It's hauled in by Kaycock. The wide open shot is on the money. And so we wrap up the first half. Up by 6. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
19.
I think it's fair to say we know how this probably is going to shake out, but crazier things have happened.
And looking back on that first half, it certainly hasn't gone as planned for the visiting team. That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. The visitors with the ball. They trail by 6. Here's Papanikolaou. No made baskets yet. Now here's Fournier. Shot clock at 5. Fires from deep. No good that time. And a missed layup. Looking to slow it down here, run a play.
Which is interesting because they've done much better playing with pace.
Down low. And the layup falls.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Ball's gone 2 of 4 so far tonight. Driving to the basket. Good on the shot. He's got 11.
Wow, they're really being taken advantage of defensively out there. No rim protection whatsoever.
Outside Fournier. Knocks it down from distance.
You've got to be able to manipulate the defense in pick and roll. Fournier, nice job there.
Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter. They get it again. It's a neck-and-neck game in Miami. For the tie. Unable to get that one. Fournier's gone 2 of 5 from the field here. To the middle. Here's Zizic. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Pass to Vizenkov. Here's Zizic.
And that's a foolish pass. Plain and simple.
Outside Fournier. Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. Jacks up a three. No good on the shot.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
Right wing. Here's Bellinelli. Knocks down the triple. Bellinelli's gotten himself on the board with a three there.
And they're doing strong work on the glass. A +5 advantage for them.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Left side Fournier. To the inside. Fall. No good with a layup.
Boy, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Here's Zizic. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. In transition, here they come. Pulls up for three. Another shot. And that's 2 points on the layup.
They're really working the paint now.
1:10 left in the third quarter. Now Fournier. He's got 5. Drills it from deep.
No fear, and Evan Fournier pulling the trigger from outside the arc. That range, impressive.
Here's Bellinelli. Fournier covering. There's 47 seconds left in the third quarter.
So sick, the vertical ability.
That was flat out awesome. He has that effortless knack for getting to the hoop. Here's Vezinkov. And a miss there on the triple.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Got a piece of it. And they're able to recover. Knocked away. And here is Fournier. Give him 8 points now. Takes a three. And the three-pointer goes. Fournier's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
And we've reached the end of the third. They lead by 8. And don't go away. We'll be back in a few moments. It'll be the fourth quarter of basketball. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Pass to Bellinelli. Takes the three. Offensive rebound. Basket counts.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Here's Papanikolaou. Outside Fournier. To the paint. 6 to shoot. And there's the drive. Picked it out of midair. And here they come. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
That's a pretty serious blow, guys. I mean, they are showing they want this game more. Staying active defensively and putting up some quick points.
And the visitors call time here. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey guys, over that break I was able to catch the message that the visiting team coach was giving to his team. He told them, quote, if we'd worked harder on the glass, we'd probably be up right now. Show some heart, show some pride. It was a very direct message. Back to you guys.
Thank you for that, Allie. And there's the screen. A deep three. Can't hit that one.
Well, nice job crashing the glass. You'd love to see that kind of effort.
And it's good. 2 points.
They're just taking what the defense gives them. And right now, that's the interior.
Here's Dorsey. Checked by Tucker. And he got the whistle on the way up. And they want a second opinion on that call.
First team foul. Shooting for the away team.
These personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
The first free throw is good. Well, Grant, with this new media deal, more broadcasters for the NBA.
You're right, B.A. And the league benefits economically. Hopefully, more innovation on the broadcast side, too, and a chance to even reach new fans as well.
Here's Morgan. Off with the layup.
They get this rebound, but they haven't been able to keep up on the boards. They're lucky the game is as close as it is.
Fires for three. The shot no good. Evans has gone 1 of 5 on three-point tries. To the left wing.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
First personal foul. First team foul.
So it's the home team now. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Here's Tucker. Banked it in off the glass.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here's Peters. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Second chance shot. And he buries that one. Back rim and in. Peters has gone 2 of 4 from the field. Here's Kaycock. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
The three. No luck on that one.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
Out left to the wing. Left side, Tucker. And slam dunk by Tucker.
Looking to close things out. That might have been the nail in the coffin.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
They set the pick. Here's Peters. They get it back. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Here's Kaycock. 1:06 left to play in the fourth. Shoots. Nails the baby hook.
Yeah, I think that one closes the door on any chance of a comeback. Impressive performance.
To me, they just looked a step quicker out there. They certainly look to want it more than their opponent.
And Dorsey gets it to go. 51 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Morgan going inside. There's the triple. Buries it from 3.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. To the right side. And the layup is good off the glass.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing.
Here's Evans. Beyond the arc. It's tipped, and that goes out of bounds. They'll keep possession.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen.
Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. It'll be the visiting team and the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Evan Fournier, and it's Fall in at the 5. Just 5 to shoot. He rifled that one in from distance.
Yeah, Fournier did a great job. He waited for that window to open and took advantage.
Melly passes to Hayes. To the wing right side. Pass to Biberovic. For the 3. No good on that one. Here's Vazenkov. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I was able to catch up with the head coach of the home team. When I asked Coach about his top priority of this game, he said, without hesitating, containing Sabonis. He added, he's a skilled low-post player who plays with a lot of power. And when he's not scoring, he's making plays for his teammates. So the defense has its work cut out for them. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Here's Biberovic. Down low. Belly. No good with the layup.
No one to blame on that one but himself. When you get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And that one falls for Fournier.
Fournier out there as a floor spacer, someone who's going to stretch out the defense and give everybody room to operate, make their jobs a little bit easier.
They set the pick to the inside, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's the only option.
This is his first free throw of the game. Both good from the line that time.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Here's Baldwin. Driving in, and he goes in for the dunk.
Finally, after all those clanks, someone comes through for him.
Yeah, the point is to score, so getting that first one, that always helps.
Now, here's Fournier from past the arc. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. Stolen away. Down low. Here's Fall. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Pass to Fournier, taken away by Hayes. Here's Melly. Here's Biberovic. And he banks in the layup.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. 1:56 left to play in the first quarter.
And it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
First team foul.
.153 left in the first quarter. Here's Baldwin. And he uses the glass on the layup. Baldwin's got his second bucket tonight.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
With the drive, and the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
First personal foul, third team foul.
Here's Biberovic. First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in.
and didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. And that one falls for Fournier.
Evan Fournier has proven he's someone you can put on the floor and expect results. So whatever the team needs, especially on the offensive end, he's ready to give his all.
1:11 left to play here in the first. Baldwin looking for the opening. Here's Biberovic. Knocks down the three ball. Biberovic has got 5 points so far.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. There's 45 seconds left in the first. Five to shoot. From the arc. And it's Vezenkov with the rebound. Left side Fournier. And shot on the way. There's 18 seconds left to play in the first. Shoots the three. It's rebounded by Hayes. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity.
At the line for
and that one misses.
Baldwin. One shot.
Nine seconds left to play in the first quarter. Floats one, and the layup is up and in. He's got 7.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
From deep three-point territory. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. They lead by 2. And the second... And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
They've gotten to the line with tremendous consistency here through the first period.
Such a great way to silence hostile fans who want the up and down pace that gets them amped up. Instead, everyone's just standing around watching the free throw game.
From deep, Evans. No good that time. Covered by Evans. Gutteridge, the pass to Birch. Here's Colson.
Team foul. Peters. First personal foul. First team foul.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Foul. Second team foul.
And that one falls. That puts him up by 1 point.
2 shots.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And here's Evans. Releases. Here's Peters. The layup off target.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. That one's in, his first shot this game.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Pass to Evans. To the paint. Shot clock at 5. There's a screen. Launches a 3. It's good from long range.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake.
A three-pointer is right on target.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And that one, good.
You don't want to ever give up points on the boards. That's the lesson for the team there. That's a hustle play to save points.
Out left to the wing. Pass to Gutteridge. Goes back up. No good from outside. Evans with it. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Now, here's Birch. He's tightly guarded. Colson passes to Birch. Comes up empty down low. Pass to Peters. Goes up with it. Evans outside. Offensive rebound. Milutinov. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Here's Colson. Covered by Evans. The baseline J. Peters grabs the miss.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Pulls up. Dorsey. That's good. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. That one misses. 3 shots all come up empty. Rob. Can they get it? A nice shot by Gutteridge. Gutteridge has got 4 points in the quarter.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
To the middle, stolen. 54 seconds left in the second quarter.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace. That's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Here's Colson. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, no stopping him on that play. Sometimes even the taller defenders are helpless to stop him.
And it's Evans missing. Covered by Evans. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Well, they're playing working to perfection there if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
At the line for your home team.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
Takes a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Evans has got 10 points. Pass to Gutteridge. Got it up. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Up by 2. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
It's time for your fan half court.
Taking a look at the visitors, they've certainly earned that top spot. If they aren't the clear title favorites, they're on the short list. Total team effort. Instead of 5 starters, it's like they've got 7 or 8 guys getting it done. That's how good the reserves have been tonight, guys.
That is more than enough.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. We've got Baldwin, and it's Hayes in at the small forward position. Takes it in. Oh, the power on that throw down.
Hey, guys, I don't
know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. They've got Fall, and it's Vezenkov in at the 4 spot. Here's Baldwin. He's got 8. Inside, knocked away. Now here's Fournier, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Oh, man, don't see that much Fournier up at the rim.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Going inside.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Pass to Papanikolaou. There's the pick. Here's Vezenkov. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
Second personal foul. First team foul. Shooting for the away team.
And the first one drops.
2 shots.
And he makes both free throws. Here's Biberovic. He's got 9. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by Papanikolaou.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Back to Fournier for the lead. Bangs home the trifecta. Fournier's got 11 points.
No hesitation from Evan Fournier.
Here's Biberovic. He's guarded by Fournier. Here he goes. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam. Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Papanikolaou, the pass to Fall. Here's Vezenkov, and they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
There's 1:59 left in the third quarter. Baldwin, the pass to Hayes. Here's Melly. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer. Nailed from three-point land.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
Here's Biberovic. Shanla. A three-pointer off the mark. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Defense has got to be better. Flat out effort was not there.
And guys, he saw his chance to earn a little camera time there and took it.
Rocking the rim with some major force.
And typically he is not the major force in that regard, but good enough to punish a soft defense on that play.
51 seconds left here in the third quarter. Let's go. Baldwin can't get it to go.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
Pass to Papanikolaou. Covered by Hayes. Driving inside. Yep, that one goes in there. 10 points for him.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Baldwin. He's got 10. Pass to Biberovic. Shoots over Fournier. Offline from the top of the key. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Leading by just 2. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the... And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. We've got Hayes, and it's Baldwin in at the point guard position. Here's Melly. Fall with the rebound. Fall's got his 5th rebound right now in the game, and he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Peters. Here's the 3. Kept alive. That shot misses. Driving the lane, and it's in there.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Yeah, just much sharper out there. You can see guys getting in tune. It's not about playing harder. Sometimes it's just about playing smarter.
Evans passes to Peters. Second shot opportunity, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Covered by Evans. Pass to Colson. There's the triple. Evans with the rebound. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the 4th quarter. On Monday, then on Sunday.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
Well, he had the perfect opportunity to finish that one, guys, and just flat out blew it.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Home team on D. There's a good screen. And Evans with a stuff.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
Oh, yeah, his teammates love that one. I'm sure he's going to hear about it when he gets to the huddle.
An easy 2 points on the layup.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
There's the drive. Peters with the bucket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Here's Colson. And it's off from 3-point range. Now Dorsey. From deep. The second chance effort. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Covered by Evans, and he banks in the layup.
And I like the subtle adjustment he made to create a little space for that one.
Yeah, that's an awesome finish there for sure. Not allowing that big guy to have his way or alter the shot.
Here's Peters. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
No one covering.
A pretty free look from three-point range. The D forgot about him on that possession.
Well, you concern yourself with the other guys who you think are going to damage you. He stepped up and delivered that huge three-point shot.
There's the pick. 1:11 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Milutinov, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Well, he seems to be in the right place at the right time more often than anybody that's on the court here tonight. We see that pay off.
Pass to Birch. Money!
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. Going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
At the line for one, Birch.
Free throw is off from Birch. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
First personal foul, third team foul. Shooting for the away team.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. He's able to hit the second one, and that increases their lead to 6.
And not as productive a trip as you would like, but they're still in a pretty comfortable position.
Here's Coulson. And a miss there on the triple. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Dorsey. Evans outside.
First personal foul, fourth team foul.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
2 shots.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
Do you want to keep expending energy, or do you want to start thinking about the next one?
And so they foul intentionally.
First personal foul, fifth team foul. At the line for the away team.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. Here's Gutterich. Misses the 3. And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this...
Great to have you with us. We are set to get you over the hump this Wednesday night with another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson. Allie LaForce will be our reporter from the sideline. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. There's the drive. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Great timing and coordination. Lays it in coming off that pick.
From deep three-point land. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one. Out to the right wing. From deep. Hits the trifecta. He's got 5.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Finished off by Hayes.
Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks. I caught up with the home team's head coach. He's focused on what they need to do to stop James Harden, saying they need to be aggressive defensively without putting him on the line. Once he starts racking up the freebies, the game slows down, he gets into a rhythm, and from there, it's a domino effect.
Allie, thank you.
That is a disaster. Honestly, I'm embarrassed for him.
To the wing on the left.
Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
First team foul.
First quarter, just over a minute and a half in. Here's Bellinelli, 6 on the shot clock. No good on the 3.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Out to the wing. Here's Baberovic. That 3's off the mark. And that one is stuffed right through.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Here's Baldwin. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
He takes it in. It's hauled in by Baberovic.
Blocking foul call. Side out. First personal foul. First team foul.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. They set the screen. Driving inside. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Here's Baberovic. And here in the first half of December, a look at the most recent power rankings. Hey, some intriguing stories. They've stalled a little bit, looking to get something started and make a move up the ladder.
You know, right now for the visiting team, they haven't stormed out of the gates, but they're still in a good spot. They just have to work some things out. Still, though, a very impressive squad.
Over to the left wing. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
He may not have that traditional power forward build, but his bounce, well, that kind of levels the playing field.
First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in, the layup off target. Beberovic has gone 1 for 3 from the field here. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
That shot off the mark.
And to put things simply, this has not been his quarter.
41 seconds left in the first. Out to the right wing. Here's Bellinelli. Baldwin with a rebound.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
Here's Melli. Uses the glass on the layup. Right wing. And he jams it home with authority.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Here's Baldwin. And so the first quarter is in the books. Leading by 6. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
Well, let's see if they're able to keep it up. So far, their shot selection and ball movement has been on point.
And it's Kaycock in at the 4. Back to Birch. Oh, it's stolen away. Here we go, 1-on-1. It's tipped. Cuts off the pass. Here's Morgan. Pass to Tucker. Poke loose. Here we go. And down it goes. Dunked it through off a beautiful setup.
If they keep finding steals like that, they won't be in the hole much longer.
Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
Here's Morgan. Here's Zizic. Nice work on the boards, paying off with a basket.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Five to shoot. Offline with a 3. Pass to Kaycock. And he slams it in one-handed.
And breaking out the one-hand slam.
Man, an emphatic way to extend the lead a little more. To the wing, right side. Guduric. hits a three-pointer.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Here's Morgan. The shot's good. Morgan's gotten his first basket of the night.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
The three. Zizic with the rebound. Now here's Tucker. Now for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. With the drive, and he can't jam it through.
2 minutes remaining for the half. 2 minutes.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
First personal foul. First team foul.
1:57 left to play in the second quarter. Here's Guterich, checked by Tucker, pulls it from the top of the key. It's hauled in by Kaycock. It's a one-on-one situation. The shake, and he sinks the layup.
It's harder to thread those passes inside, but the reward is evident.
And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, there are some players who felt the 65-game requirement for postseason awards was too high. The NBA's executive VP and head of operations, Joe Dumars, said, quote, "You're still allowed to miss 20% of the season. People pay to go, and they want to see their stars play." Brian, it's all about the fans.
True enough, Allie. Thanks. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
They haven't scored as much in the painted area this quarter. Maybe they should go back to that.
And the free throw, no good. Inside. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Kaycock's gotten 4 this quarter.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half. And that's a foolish pass, plain and simple.
Left side, Tucker. He's off on that one. Tucker's gone 1 for 3 on the night. Here's Birch. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Well, the analytics would say take either that shot or something from downtown.
Outside Tucker. From downtown. The shot that time not on target.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
And the basket by Birch.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. To the right side. Here's Zizic. He's guarded by Birch.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Here's Guterich. Up in time. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so that brings the first half to a close. They're up by 10. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Welcome, everybody.
To me, it starts with their effort. They have to become more active defensively to prevent easy look shot.
Yeah, the only way.
And we've got the playoff pick. And that'll do it for us.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. As he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the away team.
Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. Here's Bellinelli. He's scoreless. Five on the clock. Lays it up and banks it in.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Snatched away.
He couldn't bring the pump fake back in quickly enough, and the defender takes advantage.
Yep, count it. He's got 6.
Excellent execution coming out of the break. They've taken 3 shots and made 3 shots.
Here's Goodrich. Drops in the 3.
If you give a shooter of his skill an opening like this, he's going to take it every time.
Pass to Bellinelli. And we're about a minute and a half in the second half. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Oh, coming out hot, hot, hot. 4 out of 4 for the field. Okay.
The home team calls timeout. They've got plenty of time to get back into this.
Yeah, I'm sure they feel pressed, but this is when you have to stay calm and execute.
Over to the wing. Pass to Baberovic. Launches a 3. He can't get that one to fall. Baberovic has gone 1 of 5 from the field. Down low. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
Those are the turnovers that have coaches pulling their hair out. Why do you think I'm bald?
Here's Baldwin. Pass to Baberovic. From deep. The shot off that time. Baberovic has gone 1 for 6 shooting from the field. The offensive rebound. Tries again. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
And he can't get the first one.
Taking 2 shots.
And no luck that time either.
It's not often you see him fail to deliver at the line like this.
Oh, it's stolen. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
This run has been fueled by their Matador defense.
For 3. Can't get it to drop.
No matter what he's tried, it hasn't worked. Unfortunately, the team is suffering from that.
And he drives in. Not going to go that time.
Trying to show off for the fans and give them their money's worth, just couldn't finish.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, drawing charges is an art. The Warriors' Brandon Podziemski led the league last season, and he said, I'm not going to jump with anybody at the rim and block them. This is another form of rim protection. And Brian, while some have labeled them dangerous and called for charges to be taken out of the game, they remain a winning play.
Yeah, that's a good point, Allie. Thanks. Here's Hayes. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
A minute 6 left in the third quarter. It's stolen. Oh, he picked him clean. On the break. It's hauled in by Baberovic.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
Didn't get to the line in the first half, but since the break, he's been in attack mode. Great adjustment.
26 seconds left in the third quarter. That one doesn't drop. Here's Bellinelli. Yet to see a basket. To the wing on the left.
And great job to establish position and square up.
53. Second personal foul. First team foul. Coming on the floor for your home team. Number 24. Kevin Birch.
Here's Baldwin. And as we conclude the third, pretty much a blowout here. It's been a one-sided affair. Delivering the blowout. We've got more in store for you right after this. Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Here's Guduric, checked by Tucker. Pass to Guduric. And you look around the league, we're witnessing a changing of the guard, Richard. A lot of young teams on the rise.
I think so. LeBron, Curry can only rule the roost for so long. Eventually, that torch has to be passed.
And Zizic in at the 5. He buries it from 3.
Whoa, that man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
Effort like this makes you wonder if they've already packed it in for the game, ready to go on to the next. You gotta at least show a little heart out here.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Here's Morgan. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. And they've stopped the action here. They're using their coach's challenge to see if they can get this foul over.
For the away team. Coordinated. 2 shots.
Personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Away team foul. First personal foul. First team foul.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. Here's Guduric, checked by Tucker. Guduric with the bucket. Here's Morgan. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. From down in the low post, it goes.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
And Grant, with the 65 games rule for player awards, it did seem there was a real reduction in load management.
Yeah, BA, and I liked it. The stars played more early on, but we also saw a lot of them get banged up by the playoffs. So it seems there's still a balance to be struck.
Just 5 to shoot. Out left to the wing. Pass to Birch. It's picked off.
As the game has gone on, they've had trouble protecting the rock.
Here's Morgan. Back to Tucker. Here's Kaycock. Three-pointer off the mark. Now here's Birch. He's covered closely. Tucker up top. Goes up from the top of the key. Here's Morgan. Fires the three. They get it back. Back to Tucker. Pass to Morgan. Puts up a three. They shoot again. Kaycock misses.
Might like a do-over there. Quality look inside.
Birch down low. Off target at the rim. And the shot's good.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Here's Goodrich. Off the mark there with a three. Pass to Zizic. Here's Kaycock. Takes it inside. Oh, can't finish the one-handed jam. 1:16 left in the fourth. Here's Birch. Misses, and the dry spell continues. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam. Here's Goodrich. Checked by Tucker. And they blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance at another one at the stripe.
Goodrich, one shot.
.56 seconds left in the game.
It's just a bad foul. Gotta be smarter than this.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
And he lays it up and in.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
Hey, expanding his range. And no good. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Kaycock. Outside Tucker. Clock at 6. The visiting club takes the win on the road. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout.
They